Hello and welcome to another episode of Cam's Camera Talk. If this film shows us anything, it's that it's difficult to grow up in the hood. Trust me, I know, I grew up in Blackburn. But anyway, you're not here to hear about my thug life, you're here to hear about straight Outta Compton. Here it is. Right, I'm going to start off by talking about the characters in this film. There are three main characters, that is Ice Cube, Dr. Dre and Eazy-E. Ice Cube is played by O'Shea Jackson Jr. Now, as soon as I saw Ice Cube in the trailers for this film, I'm like, that guy literally looks identical to Ice Cube. And later on I found out it was his son and just clicked into place. I mean, he's got everything about him which is just identical to Ice Cube. He was literally the perfect guy to play the role. What I like about this is you can tell that he didn't just get the part because he is Ice Cube's son. You can tell that he actually earned it. I'm sure all the years of watching his father as he was growing up has helped him and aided him towards playing this part, but he's a fantastic actor. I mean, of course, he always had that added benefit of if he didn't know the motivation for the character he was playing, he could always ring up his dad and be like, "Hey Dad, what were you thinking when that happened?" And of course, that would help his performance. But I don't mean to take anything away from him because he is fantastic in this part. He even has that sort of Ice Cube noil which he does, you know, that kind of noil. Dr. Dre is played by Corey Hawkins. As far as I'm aware, Corey Hawkins and Jason Mitchell aren't related to Dr. Dre and Eazy-E, which makes the fact that they're so similar to the characters that they're portraying even more impressive. Dr. Dre is really a likeable character in this. He's really down to earth. He's probably the character which I found myself relating to the most and feeling for the most. And the acting performance is just really incredible from Corey Hawkins. Jason Mitchell plays Eazy-E in this film. I mean, he's had a pretty eventful life and this film captures that really well and tells it in a very good way. Fair enough, he gets more time in the first half of the film than he does in the second, but it's still really interesting to see his journey throughout the entirety of this film. But still, I mean, it's an incredible performance by him. The one thing that I loved about these characters is that the motivation and the passion that they had for doing what they were doing. I mean, early on in this film, Dr. Dre's mum is saying, "Oh, you need to get a job," and Dr. Dre's like, "I have a job, I'm a producer," and she's like, "No, you need to get a real job." And it's just the fact that they're so hungry to chase their dreams, and I really admired that. That's something that I really liked about these characters. They were all so passionate. They were so compelled to follow that dreams. It didn't matter that people were sceptical of them. I mean, these actors are pretty new to the trade and none of them had to headline a film before, so the fact that they do it so well, I mean, props to them. You're going to be seeing these guys crop up a lot more in films to come. I mean, this film focuses on the lives of three characters, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube and Eazy-E, and it follows their story in a really interesting way. I mean, fair enough, all three of them have the same beginning, but it's sort of in the middle of the films, they all go off to do their own things, and the film still manages to focus on every one of their stories. So the fact that the narrative and the plot flow really smoothly and keep your interest in all three characters is a testament to how well this film was made. Right from the very beginning, you're thrown into the world of this film, and recently films, they haven't been spending too much time on developing their world, but this film you really get a sense of what it's like for these characters to be growing up where they are. Once you get a sense of the world and a sense of the characters, you can just understand it more. You can understand the motivation for why they're doing what they're doing. I mean, a lot of the time the three can come across as being pretty hostile, but because of what they've actually had to experience in their lives, and it only shows you a brief fragment of this, you can sort of understand why they are hesitant to trust people. I mean, for no reason at all, the police will just come and try and arrest them just for standing there. It sort of gives you a sense in what it's like to be treated as a minority. Music is of course essentially what this film is based off, and if you're not a fan of N.W.A or rap music in general, then this probably isn't going to be a film for you. I mean, the music sort of embeds its way into the story and follows a plot along right until the very end. It's not just sort of a few rap songs at the beginning and it fades away, it's throughout, it's a theme throughout the entire film. I mean, a lot of the times it'll be part of the story and then it'll cut to a musical number, then more of the story, then cut to another musical number and rinse and repeat. The music in this film isn't just random though, it's not just to give you a greatest hits of N.W.A. I mean, it'll show part of the story which relates to the song that you're about to hear, which I think is really good. It shows you the motivation as to why they've made these songs, and it sort of makes you understand more. So songs like Fuck the Police, you can really understand why these characters have hostility towards the police, because it shows you in the scenes prior leading up to this song. Sometimes I feel like rappers are sort of shoehorned a little bit into this film. So actors portray Snoop Dogg and Tupac in this film, and I don't think it's really 100% necessary for them to actually be in it. They don't aid the story in any way. I think it's just a way for them to have Snoop Dogg and Tupac in this film. I can sort of understand why they've done it, but I'm just saying you could take those scenes out of the film and it wouldn't alter the film in any way. At the end of the day, this review is pretty cut and dry. I mean, it's a great film. I think it will interest everyone, so if you're looking for a film which has a lot of action and a lot of things going on, then this will be a film which you'll enjoy. Also, if you're looking for a great character-driven drama with a great storyline, this film is also going to interest you. It's a very good film. It's a very good watch. So with all that being said, I had a great time with Outta Compton. I think it's a fantastic film, and I'm going to award it a 9 out of 10. Anyway, if you've liked what I've brought for you today, feel free to like, comment and subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter at CamsCameraTalk. There's a link down in the description. Big up to all of my 6 followers. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Film a passing stereotype considering the film that it actually is. I mean, it's about ending the world. At least I think it is.